Hey, how's it going, everybody? Today, we're going to do a little bit more React content. You know, the React meta is quite strong right now. And we are going to be reacting to one of Klean'S new videos called How Tarkov Meta is Ruining the Game. So I'm curious to hear about his opinions on this because I've also had a few instances where I've thought kind of the same, you know, lacking gun diversity. Everybody's doing the same thing. Everybody's doing the same money-making methods. Everybody's shift W'ing, and I guess we're gonna go see what Klean has to say about it. So let me get the video up and ready. Meow. I want to preface this as well with no matter what Klean says, he's gonna get a load of hate over it. No matter what, it's just kind of his thing. Lads, please keep it respectful in the comments. All right, Klean's a homie. I happen to like pretty much most of his suggestions that he makes about the game, so let's not be dickheads in the comments. Okay, also subscribe if you guys like content like this. We're getting close to 100k. We would like to hit that before the end of the year. That'd be pretty sweet. So let's get into it. Let's have a look. Let's have a peeky.
I came in, you said you were a Tarkov streamer. You don't stream it anymore? I mean, I still stream Tarkov, but only for the first 40 to 60 days of the wipe.
Dude, I hate that question so much. People come in as like, oh, you don't stream Tarkov anymore? It's like, bro, there's so many other video games that we can play. You know, goddamn, are we expected to play Tarkov for the entirety of every single wipe every single day? You know what I mean?
The only thing that would make me want to play EFT right now is if it wiped and there was a patch. Then I would go out and play some Tarkov, like, for sure. But like, I don't like grind Tarkov like that. Like, I got, you know, like maybe level 43 this wipe, and then I stopped.
I kind of feel that. I kind of get the same way with EFT. Like, this wipe, I wasn't going to go for Kappa, and then I kind of got close enough to where I was like, we might as well go and get it. You know what I mean? But I do get a little bit bored towards the end of the wipes because there's nothing really to grind for. And some people, such as Klean, and obviously myself, like, maybe like for the last year or two, I haven't really had that feeling of, hey, I want to go, you know, grind out labs for, you know, 4 days, make a bunch of money, or like, you know, get a bunch of XP and level up really fast and stuff. I just kind of want to play the game and have fun with it rather than grind it out. So I kind of feel this.
And plus, like, I honestly despise my Twitch chat a bit when I play EFT. Like, it's just very pessimistic and rude, and people like love seeing me fail. It's really weird. Like, whenever I die in Tarkov, people are like, yeah, fuck you, get wrecked clean, fuck you. And I'm like, whoa, bro, like,
oh, what?
Damn, like, take my side. I don't know, just something about the EFT community's just changed recently. It's that
is true. The community definitely has changed a bit, but I generally tend to just like fucking remove people like that from my chat that are just like assholes. Like, if you're here to chill and you're here to hang out, you know, good, fine. But like, if you're here just solely to be an asshole and to like micromanage everything I'm doing and then complain when I do something wrong, or like fucking laugh at me when I die like a dick instead of just being like, oh, well, rip, fucking go again. Yeah, you can probably just fuck off out of here because I have no interest in shit like that.
I enjoy the early stages of EFT's wipes because there's no cheaters, nobody has anything, everything's important, and it's the only time where EFT really feels like the true EFT experience. Whereas like after 2 months, the game kind of degrades, and like a lot of those same problems that have been around for years and years and years show up again, and it's just that same downward spiral of negativity. It's like, wow, best patch ever, we love BSG, this update's amazing, best state EFTs have ever been in, I fucking love it. Wow, this fucking update sucks. Wow, BSG, fix your fucking game, this is garbage, we fucking hate it, blah 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 blah, hackers, this and that. And like, it's
so true. Especially, I hate the hackers thing, man, because the biggest thing about the whole, you know, hacking problem in EFT, like, yes, there are cheaters. There are always going to be cheaters. But if you play any other FPS game, there will be cheaters. It doesn't matter if it's made by the greatest game developers of all time. There will always be cheaters in every game where you can shoot people and gain something from it by you not dying. It's the same thing in Call of Duty. There was even a pro player, like one of the best pro players on console or something, was caught the other day like aim hacking or wall hacking. EFT, since it got like popularized, there's a lot more people playing the game, therefore there's a lot more demand for like RMT stuff, so people buying rubles and shit like that, which encourages cheaters. And by the way, if you buy rubles for EFT, you're a dickhead. If you buy rubles for EFT and complain about cheaters, you're the biggest fucking hypocrite in existence, because you are directly funding the cheaters by doing that. And yeah, I definitely get it. Like, the early wipe in Tarkov, for me as well, is like the most fun because there's a lot to work for. There's a lot to unlock. There's a lot of new stuff usually when new wipes come. And when you kind of get past all that, you get max traders. That's when the game definitely starts to, you know, slow down kind of fun-wise. It's at that point you're kind of doing the really end game quests. And then all you really have to do between level 42 and level 62 is get your Kappa container. Because usually by the time you're level 42, you probably have your hideout pretty much maxed. There's no new stuff in the hideout. You know, we haven't got any hideout updates in quite a while. And there just isn't really anything else to do other than to grind rubles, grind out thick cases, and fill up your stash with tons of gear and gear and gear and gear. And then run the same, you know, 3 weapons over and over again, being the M4, the Mutant, and then probably some kind of DMR, like 308 DMR. Or like an SA-58 or whatever for the certain people that like them. And then, you know, fill up your stash with Reese Tees and Slicks and then run those every single raid until you hit your Kappa container.
The same fucking thing every single time. Like, it's honestly insanity at this point. And like, honestly, like meta YouTubers and shit like that have like ruined the game. It's just like super broken OP gun. And it's like, it's the same thing for like Elden Ring too, man. I feel like meta gaming YouTubers have like fucking ruined gaming. Like, could you imagine how fun Tarkov would be if nobody made garbage like fucking like guides on loot runs and meta builds and where to find everything? Imagine if there was just no YouTube videos for any of that shit. Tarkov would be so much more fun.
Klean, why you gotta be calling me out like this, man? What did I do, man? I'm trying to live my life over here, bro. To be fair though, I do agree with the sentiment, and this was something I thought about during Elden Ring as well. So when I was playing through Elden Ring, my first playthrough, I didn't look up anything, I didn't do anything. I played the game purely just like myself. I did get like a couple of hints from chat about like something major that I might have missed in a certain area, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll go back and check that out. But it wasn't like, go here, do this, do that. It was like, oh, you might have missed something in the eastern area of this map that you should probably go check out. And I was like, okay, cool, you know, that's fine. Specifically, after I finished my Elden Ring playthrough, I started watching Elden Ring videos on YouTube because I was curious to see like what other people are doing, what other people are building, and like, you know, some of the cool strats that people are using to kill bosses, and then like speedruns and stuff like that, because I love speedruns. But one of the things that I noticed was like, as I was kind of watching through all these videos, I was thinking to myself, man, could you imagine how long it would take for people to figure out where all of this stuff is if we didn't have YouTube, and we didn't have forums, and we didn't have Twitter, and we didn't have like all these social medias that just immediately made it so that if you were looking for something specific, you are like a click and a couple of keystrokes away from figuring out exactly where it is, how to get it, and then 12 fucking guides on the same thing that you need to go and do. Because the internet has kind of taken away the mystery of playing games. Because I remember when I was a kid, like, I couldn't just go to my computer, type up how to get X item on like a SNES game or like the N64 or even like the PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2. Like back then, you were on your own. You had to figure that shit out for yourself. And if you didn't, the only way you were going to figure that out is when you went to school and your other friends were playing the game and they went, hey man, did you find that thing over here or whatever? I was like, no, I didn't. And then you're like excited to get home and try and do it for yourself. You know what I mean? And I kind of miss those days of gaming because it was more so about the mystery rather than just being able to quickly Google it and then know exactly what you need from like the very start of the game. Like, I feel bad for people that play Elden Ring and they just like Googled everything because you're taking so much away from it. Kind of the same thing with Tarkov. Your first wipe in Tarkov should you be exploring and learning as much as you can before you hit like a major roadblock where you need to like look something up. And that's fair enough. But man, a lot of people just want to go straight into Tarkov. They just bought the game. The first thing they do before they play it is they look up 40 different fucking guides on YouTube. How to get X money from just level 1 with no gear. How to get rich quick. How to unlock your traders as fast as you can. The best and most efficient way of frickin' doing whatever. And like, that has definitely ruined the vibe of a lot of games like this, because again, if Tarkov didn't have the community that it has, that, you know, kind of made videos about all this stuff, and there's YouTube guides and forums and TikToks and Twitters and all this other shit, like, people would still be discovering new things about the game, but we get everything, you know, handed up to us on a plate because one person finds it and then thousands of people see it. But, you know, that's just kind of the way things are, and, you know, creators, we've kind of been pushed to make things that way, I guess. But, you know, it's kind of our fault, but also at the same time, I kind of wish it wasn't a thing.
Because people would be experimenting more and like figuring shit out on their own. But
yeah,
like,
exactly.
Everybody just watches these fucking guides and learns like the min-max things for every situation, and they just try and become overpowered as quick as possible because they want short-term gratification.
Yep. Every
fucking time. It's even with Elden Ring too. It's the same thing with fucking Elden Ring in any game. super broken, overpowered, this meta broke, whatever. Like how to get rich fast. Like it's honestly ruined so many fucking games.
Yeah,
true. It came in early 90s and 2000s, man. Yeah, true. I mean, it's just, I feel like it's just more so lately. Maybe it's just like my specific YouTube algorithm, but I just feel like a lot of YouTube and stuff, even Twitch streams, it's just like how to meta, how to min-max. It just, nobody like wants to figure shit out for themselves anymore. They just want to figure out whatever the quickest way is to things.
I hate it myself, but I'm also guilty of doing it. I've made videos about this is the best gun in EFT. Do this money running route to make X amount of rubles an hour, and like, I mean, I'm a part of the problem, but I also I agree with him completely. I do think it's bad for like the games industry, like overall, that, you know, people like me exist and like, you know, making guides and all that kind of stuff. I get it, but like at the same time, we're also, the meta of gaming has like very much changed over the years in a very, very big way, where like I can kind of understand that somebody who maybe doesn't have as much time to like play a particular game, they kind of want to get in, they kind of want to just do their thing and, you know, get out and do something, and they just want to experience the game in the little spare time that they have. So like I understand it from that aspect, but I do think that if you do have the time to invest in a game where you can just go around looking all the nooks and crannies and figure shit out for yourself, that I think you definitely should.
You know, Shane, what is it? No fun in metagaming, yet people end up complaining that the game loop sucks because they look for the fastest way to meta up and skip anything meaningful.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Exactly.
A lot of the dude, shout outs to Shane. Shane, you nailed it.
Tarkov streamers that fucking play the first 2 weeks to a month of a wipe like 12 to 20 hours a day. They grind like 12 to 20 hours a day, and then they bitch and complain that there's nothing else to do after a month. They're like, there's nothing to do anymore. It's like, bro, you fucking grinded through the progression in a week. You did more progress than most players get in 2 months.
Yeah, I will say about this, and I am one of these people that in the first week or two of a wipe, I will do that. I will stream, you know, 16 hours a day, and I will grind through it. But the reason why I do that is because I actually really, really love like the serotonin release I get when I like finish a raid and I've got 3 quests done and I get to do my next set of quests. I love questing in Tarkov. Like, it's super fun for me. And I don't know why. I really enjoy questing in this game. And I just love like grinding through it with, you know, the community, and like we're chilling. We're all saying, oh, what level are you guys? Oh, I'm this level. I'm that level. Oh, I'm stuck on this quest and blah, blah, blah. And for me, like, I just love grinding through the early game for Tarkov. I just think it's really fun. I really like that whole process. But the one thing I don't do is when I finish all that content, I don't complain that there's nothing to do. I will say that, like I have said before, I kind of wish there was more stuff we could kind of do in the end game. And I wish there was like more of a gameplay loop there. But like, I don't really talk about it or complain about it. I play the game. But I do see people on Twitter an awful lot, and I see a lot of people on Reddit and, you know, YouTube videos and stuff like that that are complaining that, you know, just like what Klean said, it's like, well, you grinded through all the content in the first 2 fucking weeks. Like, what are you expecting? You know, you're going to be bored. You're going to be burnt out like a month in or 2 months in. I don't know.
In 2 weeks. And then you want to fucking complain that there's nothing to do. It's like, you fucking brought that problem on yourself. It's just, it's so funny to me, man.
All right. Well, that was an interesting little topic of discussion. I agree. I agree with him. I do, like, one thing I do wish for EFT was that, like, once we get to the end game, it wasn't everybody just running mutants, but then, like, at the same time, it's also a hard thing to balance because they're supposed to be end game guns, so they're supposed to be good, you know what I mean? And I don't know how they're going to get to a point where, you know, things will be balanced. Because I think with a game like Tarkov, like, there's always going to be imbalance no matter what. There you have it, lads. You guys asked me to react. I have done it. So guys, if you enjoyed the video, please make sure to leave a like, leave a comment down below. Also, please make sure to check out Klean. He's got awesome streams, awesome YouTube videos as well. And I will see you guys on the next video. Make sure, like, comment, subscribe, all that usual jazz. Check the link down in the description for all of the other socials and all that stuff. And I will see you guys on the next video. Peace out, my dudes.